So pretty much every single day on Twitter and in the YouTube comments, a lot of you guys ask me how much money you're going to need for the next upcoming DLC. And that's kind of difficult because obviously Rockstar haven't announced any of the new content and we don't really know what's going to be arriving. We can take some guesses, but we don't know for sure. However, I think I can tell you just about how expensive each item is going to be based off of what Rockstar has done in their past and based off of shark cards, believe it or not. Rockstar is actually very strategic with how they price items in the game and how closely they get them to the price of shark cards. And it sort of gives away what we can expect the items to cost in the next update. So I'm going to be reading off the amounts of shark cards in GTA amount and then in US dollars. It might be different where you are, but you can really do a conversion if it's that important. So you have the red shark card, which is $100,000 in game, and it costs $299 US dollars. You have the tiger shark, which is $200,000, and that costs $499 US dollars. You have the bull shark card, which is $500,000 in-game cash and costs $9.99 US dollars. The great white shark card, which is $1,250,000 in-game cash and costs $19.99 for US. You have the whale shark card, which is $3.5 million and costs $49.99 for the US. And then you have the big one, the Megalodon shark card, which is $8 million in game and costs $99.99 US dollars in order to buy this. Now, before we get into the prices, some fun facts you might not know about the shark cards themselves. When the game first launched, the card design branded them as Maze Bank cards instead of shark cards with a slightly different design. And originally, when Grand Theft Auto Online launched, it only had the red shark, tiger shark, bull shark, and great white shark cards available. But due to a batch of previously added DLC content, the whale shark card was added in December 2013, with the Megalodon shark card added in March 2014 to boost the in-game economy for players in tandem with newly purchasable items. So Rockstar knew players were buying the shark cards, so they made more expensive ones, which I think is pretty funny. Anyways, getting back to the prices of the items in-game and how they relate to shark cards, essentially you're going to see Rockstar price stuff very similarly to shark cards. So let's start with the red, tiger, and bull shark card. So that's the $100,000, $200,000, and $500,000 one. You're going to notice that really any accessory you can buy to a property is going to be between those amounts. So like we've seen in the past, the office safe, the living quarters, things you could do in the hangar like changing the lighting, things you could do to the yacht like adding a flag or a custom name to it. All of those fall in between $100,000 and $500,000. Rockstar do that on purpose. So I would imagine that all the upgrades you're going to be able to do to the nightclub, which once again will probably be very similar to the things we've been able to do in the past to our other properties. So like change the color of the dance floor, add another back VIP room, add an office that you can spawn in. All of those are going to be between the red shark card and the bull shark card. $100,000 to $500,000. It's just pretty simple. Rockstar do that because if you're $100,000 away or $200,000 away or even $500,000 away, you'll be more tempted to buy nearly the exact amount with a shark card rather than go out and grind for it. So it's sort of like a mental thing as well. Now, moving on to some of the other shark cards, you've got the great white shark card, which is $1,250,000, and the whale shark card, $3,500,000. Well, that right there is basically how much money the vehicles are going to be costing in between that. I mean, take a look at the most recent batch of cars Rockstar have added to the game. With the exception of some of the lower end ones, you've got all the supercars, which are the mid $2 million. And it honestly wouldn't surprise me if a supercar going forward in the future reached over $3 million. I mean, I feel like we're on a crash collision course to see our first normal supercar hit over $3 million. But even then, weaponized vehicles, they tend to get really, really expensive, closer to that $3.5 million mark. So that's where most of your vehicles are going to be priced, in between that $1.25 million to $3.5 million range. Again, Rockstar do this on purpose because they know if they price a vehicle like that, you're more likely to buy a shark card to end up funding that purchase. Now, what about the big one, the Megalodon shark card for $8 million? Well, that's pretty much our threshold right there. No single item in the game has really ever costed over $8 million. I think Rockstar sort of learned their lesson with this, with the Luxor Deluxe, which we've never seen anything like that since they've added, which, in case you guys don't know, is a $10 million golden jet. It is such a waste of money. And then the yacht, which the top high-end yacht is $8 million, and then if you decide to put extras on it, can go upwards of 10. But since then, we've never seen Rockstar even come close to an item that the initial price for it is over $8 million. We are starting to see, it be in the $4 million range with the facilities and the office, and then you can start to add things onto there that'll get you closer to that $6 or $7 or $8 million total. So we know that the nightclubs are not going to be more expensive than $8 million. I can almost guarantee you that, because Rockstar knows that will mess with the shark cards that they offer. If someone has no money in Grand Theft Auto Online and they end up going on the website and they configure the nightclub the way they want, they buy their specific one with this upgrade, with these sort of features, and it gets them to $6.8 million. They'll be way more enticed to buy a Megalodon shark card than if they see that price is, $9.6 million. They just might not even consider at that point, because there's no way they can buy one shark card and be able to fund that. They'd have to buy multiple. That's a pain. So we know Rockstar is going to keep it under $8 million. And since Rockstar values shark card sales so much, we pretty much know that everything in this update that's going to be coming out soon will indeed fall sort of next to those shark card prices, whether it's upgrades or accessories or features you can do to properties or other things. It's going to be closer to those bottom end shark cards. The vehicles, it's going to be close to that $1.25 million range to the $3.5 million range. And that the total cost of the nightclubs is going to get you around that $5 or $6 or $7 million range, so that, Rockstar can keep it under the Megalodon shark card price. Now, I'm sorry I can't give you more specifics, but I think that's a general good idea of how the pricing of this next DLC is going to be like. There's going to be some expensive vehicles, especially if they're weaponized, closer to that $3.5 million range, maybe even higher. But the average is definitely going to be in between $1.25 million to $3.5. You might see some cheaper vehicles, just like we've seen in this update. There have been some cheaper cars that have been added into the game, like the Rune Cheburek, which was super, super cheap, but that's an outlier, of course. The accessories you're going to be able to buy, features for your new properties, that's going to be in the lower $100,000, $200,000, etc. And then, of course, you guys know how the prices work, that it's just going to be expensive. But Rockstar can't make it too expensive, because we've seen what they've done since the Luxor Deluxe, which was in 2015, and since the yacht, which was at the end of 2015. They've never done something like that before. So keep in mind, that's probably where the prices are going to be. That's your range of how expensive things will be for the next Grand Theft Auto Online update. So anyways, I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments down below. How expensive do you think the next Grand Theft Auto Online update is going to be? And where do you think the price of certain items is going to fall? Let me know your thoughts, opinions, and more in the comments down below. I'd love to hear from you guys down there. If you did go on to enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And also, subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new, or you like daily GTA 5 videos like this. With all the way, guys, like I said, thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.